What's up, guys? It's Peter29. I'm here. What's up, guys? It's Peter29 here. You're going to be playing Suduce Me the Otome. Cause yeah, we've been playing this. It's real nice. I just realized, where's my face cam at? It's up top, right? Yeah, because I think last time I was actually covering the characters. Anyways, whoa. I forgot who's who. I think this is me. Well, this is Mom. Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook you your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay? Thanks, Mom. However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes. Gathering my courage, I decided then that it was time to talk. Dad, could I ask you something? Go ahead. Why do you want me to move into the estate so soon? I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for its business program. You are planning to major in business, yes? Right after you graduate from high school, you just live there. You can easily commute to and from school. It's a perfect fit for you. But it's so sudden. You just decided so quickly right after the funeral. Don't be so sensitive. If you're like that in the real world, you'll be crushed. I'm just saying that maybe we can talk a bit more about my future. In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly. After you graduate from college, you'll work at Anderson's Family Toys. I have connections since I am part of the board of directors, so you will be guaranteed a spot. That is what we talked about before, yes. But what if... Stop mumbling. But what if I don't want to work there? Don't be silly. It's the family company. Our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman. He came closer to me as his face softened. Look, this is all for the best, okay? You may not know it right now, but you'll appreciate it later. For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it made me feel so angry. Do you even care that grandfather passed away? Of course I do. Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things couldn't be better. Excuse me? I don't like your tone, young lady. It's like nothing even happened at all. Like you just ignore the fact that he's no longer here. Do not raise your voice at me. What did he ever do to you to deserve this? My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms and erupted in anger laughter. Ha! Sure place him upon a pedestal, like he's some kind of verdant god or something. Makes me sick. Is that it? Are you happy seeing grandfather dead? While everyone was grieving, were you holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's faces? Did you feel just a bit happier seeing him lie in the graveyard? That was fucking loud. Hold up, let me turn it down. Jesus. A flash of rage crossed his face as he whipped the back of his hand across my cheek. Fucking bitch slapped your ass. That was really loud, dude. That scared the fuck out of me. I have my audio pretty high, and it came out of nowhere. Hold on, let me save it quick, because I don't know if, I don't know if music is on. Oh, music is on. I'm a dumbass. Never mind. A flash of rage crossed his face, and he whipped the back of his hand across my cheek. You don't know anything, running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on, when you're just a little girl that doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut. You did not know my father. You did not know what he was capable of. Is everything all right? What happened? Nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll just go upstairs. Huh? Honey? Wait! I quickly turned and ran up the stairs to my room, slammed the door behind me. My breath came in short pants, and for a while I just leaned against the door of my bedroom, eventually sliding down to sit against it. How did things become like this? My cheeks still throbbed, and I tenderly stood up, and looked at the mirror to see how it looked. Hopefully it doesn't bruise. What am I saying? Tears formed in the corner of my eyes, but I blinked them back rapidly. I couldn't cry for the second time today. I had to be stronger than that. Oh, you're right. Your father told me nothing happened, but you know your father. I'm fine. I just lost my appetite. The lasagna's done, though, and I don't want you skipping any meals. Are you sure? Yeah, don't worry about me, Mom. I'll come downstairs later. You're not telling me the whole story. I just don't want to eat right now. Please, dear, tell me. What's going on? I wish you would tell me why you're being like this. I wanted to tell her. Part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. At the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything. Besides, I was moving out regardless. I remained silent, letting the event remain in the past. Well, I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later. Finally, my mom left me alone. It was strange to think that she was only a few inches away from me, only separated by a single wooden door. I really didn't know what to do. I needed to do something, anything to get my mind off of what just happened. Anything would be better than thinking any more about the pain still radiating from my cheek. I was going to move into my grandfather's house tomorrow. I should probably pack my stuff so I would be prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, that was a good idea. I should start packing. I opened the closet, rummaging around for a while before I finally found 2 large bags. Oh, Jesus. Pulling them out onto the floor of my room. I then began to empty my drawers and cabinets so that I could bring all my things with me. I didn't have much to bring other than just clothes and some toiletries. It was kind of bizarre that I didn't have any personal belongings. It wasn't like my luggage was completely devoid of them, but I certainly didn't have many things in my room that I would miss if I just suddenly left the house. I shook my head and ribbed myself of those thoughts. If it were going to be my new home, it would have to feel like it one way or another. I was going to make it a home. Just as I was packing my things, my cell phone began ringing and vibrating in my pocket. I slid my phone out of my pocket and answered it while slowly easing myself into my bed. Who could possibly be calling? Who's this one? Hey, Anderson, you there? I think that's one of the girls. Is everything alright? We were worried about you, so we decided to call. Hello? I'm really glad you guys called. My voice managed to come out, though it was only a whisper. What happened? Are you okay? Well, I slowly began to tell them about the funeral that afternoon. A small silence followed them. I was done recounting what happened, and to my relief, Naomi finally spoke up. I can't begin to imagine how you must feel right now. How you must be feeling right now. I'm so sorry. Do you want us to come over right now? No, it's okay. My father isn't in a good mood, so could we just keep talking on the phone like this? Of course. We'd stay on the phone until the crack of dawn, right, Susie? Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're always here if you need help. After all, we wouldn't be the awesome triplet threat trio without you, right? Yeah. Triple Threat Trio? That sounds like the name of a gang. Yeah, I mean, we're all talking on the world together. We're all taking on the world together. we've got to sound somewhat scabby, or else no one's gonna take us seriously. I don't know what voices I'm doing, but I'm going with it. What's with you and naming things? You've got to step up your game, Naomi. Falling behind the cool kids like Anderson and me. Hey, I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. If anything, I'd say you'd have to step up your game. We chatted cheerfully about all sorts of things. Very soon I had forgotten about the events that day and was engaged in a conversation about Naomi's favorite TV show, some program called Herlock. We all agreed that the actor playing the tutelar character certainly had a very distinct look about him, with that long overcoat and scarf wrapped around his neck. We had many disagreements about who we thought was the coolest character. Haha. Yeah, he has really high cheekbones, and his eyes are pretty, though. Do you have to say I prefer Jatson? And as a bonus, his actor is just so sassy. I looked at the clock hanging on the wall and realized how late it was. Whoa, it's already 1 a.m.? You guys want to know how late it is for me? It's 11:36. I don't know if you got to saw it, but it's 11:36 at night. I record my videos at night just because I really shouldn't because people sleep at night, but you know, it's whatever. Whoa, it's already 1 a.m. I'm sorry for keeping you guys up so late. My jaw popped. Jesus. I think I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight. See you guys at school tomorrow. I should probably shower and go to bed. I can't believe I stayed up this late just to talk to my friends. But it was really nice. Well, to the bathroom I go. I took a relaxing shower. Nothing beat hot water and the feeling of being clean. After drying myself, I promptly dressed in my pajamas and crawled into bed. A nice hot shower after a long day. I'm so glad to finally be in bed. My throat's bad for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my throat. It had been a really long day. I think I was sick the last time I recorded this video. I recorded a video from this series. It had been a really long day. I knew what I was wishing for something to change back in class, but I certainly wasn't expecting any of the things that happened today. And I have to go back to school tomorrow. I curled up on my side and tightly wrapped the blankets around me. I really wasn't in the mood to be returning to school, but my dad probably would make me just go for the sake of it. It's time to go to sleep. I reached out to the lamp on my nightstand to turn off the lights. However, my mind was so lost in the passing of my grandfather and the thought of inheriting something so big that it haunted my mind the entire night until the next morning. I shook my head to try and clear the sleepiness out of me, to no avail. Why is my throat... Fuck, dude. Nom 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 nom. I really didn't get any sleep last night. It's already time to wake up? Wait, school? As soon as I realized I had to go to school, I slid out of bed and looked at the fainty mirror. That's a relief. Luckily, there was barely a bruise on my cheek. You had to squint to actually see it. I doubted anyone would actually notice it unless they leaned in really close. Breathing out a sigh, I got dressed, took my backpack, and caught the bus to go to school. It wasn't even hours before everyone had heard of the news. I was approached in school and given condolences for my loss. However, that wasn't what shocked my friends. Wait, so you have the whole Anderson house to yourself? Lucky as hell, man. Quit being so sensitive, Naomi. Quit being so vulgar, Susie. I mean, my grandfather did pass away. I like Susie, but Naomi's right. Like, my grandfather passed away. I might have inherited a big ass fucking mansion, but my grandfather passed away. Oh man, come on. See, she knows about proper public taste. I know how to be a lady, sheesh. Guys, I'm going there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there. Seriously? It hasn't even been a day since you came back to school. I know, but my parents want to try living there as soon as possible. Still, that's really fast. Are you going to be okay? Of course. But even in the comfort of my best friends, life seemed to keep testing me. Oof. Hey, don't go around shoving people like that. Ooh. Whoops, did I strike a nerve, Cappini? She let out a small laugh as she twirled her hair around her finger. Lisette, one of the last people I wanted to see today. It's not like you should be apologizing to. Oh, Anderson. Hey, how's it going? I'm alright. Hum. Haven't you already heard, Lisette? Of what? Her grandfather's passing. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I don't really watch a lot of news. It doesn't really sound like you mean it. I mean it, earnestly. Why wouldn't I? Rude girl. Typical Capini. Isn't her family involved with the mafia or something? I wouldn't be surprised if she brought out a bat from behind her back right at this moment. I had nearly forgotten the crowd that followed the set, which was mostly comprised of people that no one wanted to see on a typical school day. No one had the slightest idea why exactly they followed. They sat around precisely, but they labeled themselves as social equals with her. This is out of line. This is out of line. Susie comes from an honest family. Suzu. Snobby girl. Say the ones whose family profits from political scandals. Yeah, your dad doesn't make anything unless he's in the court with dirty politicians. Hey, let's all calm down for a second, alright? I'm sure Anderson needs some time to recuperate. I mean, what just happened? We need to give her some respect. Just stop. Stop acting like that already. Like you feel sorry for me. What are you talking about? I'm sure you're happy seeing me like this. You already have everything you've wanted, and now seeing me like this, life couldn't get any better. Bitterness seeped into me, and words started flying out of my mouth without filter. But honestly, I didn't care. I was so consumed by anger that I only saw Lisette in front of me. What exactly am I to you? Just another part of your obstacle course? Is that what I am? I'm sick of it, Lisette. I'm sick of all of these charades. I'm sick of you. Gasp arose from the crowd around her, and I brought back to the school hallway. Even my friends beside me looked at me in surprise. One girl looked like she was going to speak up, but Lisette held her hand up to stop her. There was an emotion in her face that I couldn't quite make out, but I could see a form of pity in her eyes. No. Don't you dare pity me. I looked away from her. I didn't want to see that emotion in her eye when she was talking to me. She didn't have the right to look at me that way. I'm sorry. I know your grandfather passing away must have really taken a toll on your emotions. She stepped towards me to put her hand on my shoulder, giving me a tiny smile as if for old time's sake. But for some reason I didn't feel comfort at all. Not that I was just angry at her, but the expression on her face when she leaned in close to me, contorted in something complex. Something was different about her. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but something about her had definitely changed. Well, I'll be going for now. Track meet responsibilities and all that stuff. See you later. Something about Lisette made me feel uncomfortable. It wasn't just angry, but also uneasy. What was it? I'd never seen her like that before. But I decided to pay no further attention to it. She continued running down the hallway with her gaggle of friends behind her. I refocused my attention to Miss Phillips, who was walking down the hall towards me. Is everything all right, girls? Nothing we can't handle, Miss P. Just a bunch of snobs. Susie, shush. It was nothing, Miss Phillips. Well, I see. Well, Miss Andersons, please accept my condolences for your loss. Thank you, Miss Phillips. Your grandfather was a good man. He really upheld the philanthropy of his company's policies, and the money that went towards charity, too. I know. He was amazing. I really looked up to him, and I want to be as good as him, as he was. Well, I know that you'll be as great as your grandfather. Hell yeah, she will. She'll be 10 times better than her grandfather. Would I? Would I really be better than my grandfather? Everyone seemed to have high expectations for me. I wanted to do my best and make my family proud, but to be better than my grandfather? I wasn't sure about that. From outside the school window, I saw a familiar blue car pulling up to the curb. Undoubtedly, it was my father in the driver's seat. Oh, my ride's here. Well, I guess I'll see you both tomorrow. Want us to come with you? Oh no, it's okay. I'll be fine. See you. Damn, that fucking sucks. Hey, Dad. Hey, honey. As I got into the car, I noticed my father looked troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring straight ahead as if something was really bothering him. About what happened yesterday. I'm sorry for yelling at you. Does your cheek still hurt? No, it's nothing to worry about. I mean it. I shouldn't have laid a finger on you. You know that you're my most precious daughter. You're all that I have. Yet, he couldn't bring himself to say what he could never say to me for such a long time. I always wanted to hear those words to affirm how he really felt, but I guess even now he couldn't say it to me. I turned my head away to look out the window. There was no point in waiting for something that was never going to come. And like that, he started to drive and the conversation between us ended. I decided to focus my attention on the passing scenery. We were taking the usual route to grandfather's house. It was located within the vicinity of the school district, but it was still pretty far from the school and far from where our house was. He had always lived alone. He insisted on doing things by himself, even at his age, living in such a large house. I wonder, did he pass away with no one at his side as well? Sounded so lonely and sad. It was strange that he decided on living all alone in his large estate. If anything, he could have lived with us. Though he and my father probably would have given each other the silent treatment the entire time. Maybe living alone was preferable that way. I actually hadn't visited him for quite a while. Visits to the house were most frequently when I was a child, and I had grown up long since then. The last time I visited, though, I thought he looked just as he usually was, happy and healthy. But things changed in the back of my mind. I knew that he would have to leave one day. It wasn't like humans could live forever. So why did my heart still feel so heavy? The car ride was mostly spent in silence until he spoke up again. How was school? Maintaining your grades, I hope? Yeah, I've been trying my best as of so far. Trying? It's not really doing the best you can, is it? With my father, only some words I said were filtered through his ears. It was difficult to keep up a conversation without eventually talking about academics or my future, even if it was something loosely based on it. He always found a way to integrate it in wherever he can, whenever he talked. Anyways, your belongings are in the truck. There isn't a lot, so I'm sure you can manage bringing them inside the house. After all, you're on the road to being independent now. Yes, I can manage on my own. Usual silence resumed between us. I really wasn't sure what to say around him, especially when most of the time we didn't share the same opinions. One question did linger in my mind, though. If he was going to justify acting so nonchalantly at his grandfather's funeral, I had the right to at least know why. Fuck. Shut up! Alright, so what we're going to do is save. We're going to save in this slot. Yes. Alright, so we're going to try again. If he slaps us, then we'll revert back. Let's say, Dad, about you and Grandpa. We're not talking about this. I feel like we should be. Because Grandfather did leave us yesterday, so I wouldn't care if he had left even long before that. I don't want to hear it. And that is the end of this conversation. As always, you managed to shut down any other form of conversation related to him. It was just like what happened last night. I opened my mouth slightly, but I closed it again. It was like talking to a brick wall. It wasn't like I could find out anything by somehow arguing my way through it. Alright then. I leaned against the car door and stared out the window. I really couldn't think. What would this place be like? It had been to my grandfather's house before, but it was the one thing visiting, and it was another thing actually living there. How would I manage living on my own without any training or really care for a home? I knew that naturally the bills would be paid by my parents, who inherited grandfather's stocks to the corporation, but had never lived independently before. Thinking about it made me feel like some kind of bird being pushed out of the nest. Though I was technically an adult, I felt unprepared and a bit daunted at the prospect of actually moving into a new place. Most people my age would be ecstatic moving out. After all, it would symbolize some kind of change in their lives, like being on the road to independence, which is why I still live with my mom. But I feel like it was nothing of the sort. I really hoped I wouldn't let my parents down. I wouldn't want to let grandfather down. What would he be seeing right now? I gazed up at the passing clouds in the sky. If you're out there, grandfather, if you're out there, grandfather, how would you be doing? Would there be anything you'd want to tell me at this moment? And of course, no answer. What was I doing, searching for an answer in the heaven that would or would not exist? I ducked my head to stare at the blur of the trees and the cars from the trees and cars from the car window. My head was definitely going into the clouds there at the moment. Either way, I found myself being driven off to my new home. The car rolled to a stop, and I drifted out of my thoughts. There we go. Go on in. Alright. Tell Mom I love her. Alright. I love you, Dad. No. Make sure to come by and visit us often. No, I'm not going to miss you lots. Nothing other than a blank stare. I paused a bit before reaching for the car door handle, waiting for any form of goodbye, but he didn't speak again. I sighed and exited the car, hearing my dad pop open the trunk. Saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry only the things I needed. I took them out, placed one bag on each shoulder, and closed the trunk. He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched as the blue car faded into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. There it is. It's huge. My grandfather gave me this. It's hard to believe. The house was framed by a set of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was when I last visited him. At a glance, it seemed kind of intimidating with its size, though if I came closer, it was clear that there was more to it than that. The brick walls were framed by shrubbery, the lovely flowers giving it a homey and welcoming look. But in contrast, the tall doors into the house gave me a feeling of grandeur. Who knew what was waiting for me? But I wouldn't back down at this moment. I took out the key to the front doors and unlocked them. Well, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways. That's when I saw them. Lying on the floor was a group of men. The fuck? They were all unconscious, but there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags and I left the door closed on its own behind me. Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had open wounds. The blood was staining the floor and the scent was intermingling with the air. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. My mind suddenly went from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers. Who are these guys? Who are you guys? No response. I'll call the police. Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake or answer or just respond to me. It seems surreal. I have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers quickly. That was until... Get away from me! Woman, you're going to let me kiss you. I couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene and calm about it. Slowly, desire burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss, even when my mind then mentally refused. Why was there blood on the floor? Go ahead. Good. As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good and made my heart sing. It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve of my body. I couldn't feel streams of intangible energy run up my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time it felt amazing. Sam, stop it! The person kissing me, Sam was his name, glanced behind him. I said stop it now! Fine. Finally he pulled back, and I was left standing there in a daze. Huh? I couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss and my thoughts that melted into the depths of my forgotten memories. Please forgive my brother. He's a bit reckless. At least I feel a whole lot better than you right now. Because you used your abilities on her. Sam, you're such a reckless brute, taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her. Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it out of your pretty boy face. Sheesh, you guys. Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state. Is that him? I guess you're right, Matthew. I agree. However, as the men got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble, and I remembered my confusion and anger once again. Only now multiplied tenfold. Look at her cheeks. What? Huh? Did you say something beautiful? And I exploded. What is going on? Why the hell are you all here in my house? Why are you all wounded, and why did you kiss me? Who are you guys? I couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in a mush state, my words escaped without filter. I definitely scared the men around me, even the man who kissed me. Wait a second. The guy who kissed me. I fucking slapped this show. Oi, what's your problem here? Ouch. Ouch, what's your problem? What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert? Perverts? It was only a kiss. It might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. What? Was it your first kiss? Ow! Hey, what was that for? I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles and something out of a fairy tale, but I had at least expected it to be more than just something forced. You're almost an adult. You never kissed anyone. I kissed someone when I was like, what, 14 or some shit? But then again, actually, no, that's pretty normal, I guess. Yeah. I was gonna say, and again, I haven't had sex until I was like 18 or something, but most people, I think that's a good age. What am I talking about? So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal of it out of it. Are you asking to get punched again? Well, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back. I want to hit him again. Can I hit him again? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save over this because I'm not going back. I'm gonna hit him again. Yeah. Oi! Ow, you're just being violent now. You deserve it. Anyways, if you try to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning, I know Taekwondo. Bitch. I think I've bickered enough. Time to get back to the main issue. So, what exactly are all of you doing in my house? Miss, please forgive us for our intrusions. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration. What do you mean? You don't just barge into people's house? We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives. Luckily for us, your home was near, and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside. The last time I remembered, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property, although, considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had no absolutely right to do that. Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain truly. We're not exactly normal. Not normal? What are you guys, demons or something? I asked, almost jokingly, and the boy seemed to take my question differently. Well, yeah. Actually, something like that. Aren't they succubi? Succubus? I think I read the thing. We're incubi. Oh, I think succubi are the female version of incubis, I think. I didn't even know incubi were a thing. I thought it was just succubi. Succubus. Succubi. Who said that? He said that. We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive. Incubi, the fabled demons that existed to haunt humans and make them their sex-crazed monsters. Make them sex-crazed monsters. The mythical... I just realized, is this gonna have nudity in it? Probably not. The mythical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants. The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV. Who is him again? Hello, did you hear him? We're telling the truth. Do you think she's still processing it? I love Matt. He's fucking awesome. Yes, and she'll understand right about... Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist. There was no way they existed. That would be practically impossible. Him. Who's talking? Him. Incubi is the correct plural form, and yes, we do exist. He just did. Prove it. As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted it. Very well, Eric. Go ahead. Look at his eyes. His eyes are red. Very well. My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it, and maybe you'll even want more. What? Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity. Staring into Eric's eyes, I felt waves of heat course through my chest and into my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Yeah, okay. With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again in my chest, and my mind was sent spinning in the heated passion-filled pleasure, yet I could feel my body drained of energy as he kissed me. Alright. Alright, that's enough. Oh, very well. I feel so much better. As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool. I felt weak in my knees, and despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me, the world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to... where's our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers, Sam, Eric, Matthews, and Damien. Miss, are you okay? I fainted. Shit, she fainted. Shit, she fainted. Fuck. Cunt! I'm sorry. I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again. Remember, my body was a touch of the incubus's lips on her. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't know why I wanted to read it like that. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me, and my eyelids unwillingly opened. I got the chills. Jesus, where? I woke up to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I'm at my grandmother's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed the surroundings. Oh wait, I forgot. I don't live where I normally live anymore. Right. I was still in the clothes that I arrived in the house in, but I was lying in a silk-covered bed. I remembered coming in the afternoon, so why was it nighttime already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I can order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but I suddenly realized that I wasn't alone. I forgot what voice he has. You're awake. Ah! Gah! Ah! Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom? Did we... There's no way. Sorry, I think I was just saying my thoughts out loud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And what was now things came to this? And that was how things came to this. I like this story so far. Oh. Oh my god. There has to be another version of this game where it's just flopped instead of incubus is succubus. Or maybe I just want this to be or I just want an alternative to this, because that would be cool. And I mean, I'm not against seeing some sexy guys right now. To be honest, I like Matthew at the moment. Matthew seems pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Sam's a little bit eerie, and the other guy that kissed me, I forgot his name, but he's alright. He's alright, cool. He's just sexy. Him, he's pretty blunt. He's pretty eh. Oh. Well, how long have we been recording, guys? We have been recording for 46 minutes. I am so sorry. I get wrapped into this story because it's so interesting. Alright, so since this is a new thing, we're going to save right here. Actually, we're going to save here. It doesn't matter what we saved. We saved here. Anyways, we oversaved that. Alright, guys. The last time I played this game was January 15th. Jesus. Alright, guys, so that is the end of that video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys comment, rate, subscribe, and do all that cool shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.